Hi, this is Steve Baltus. I'm product specialist with Native Instruments, and we're here at the booth from Sonic Sales, and we are taking care of Native Instruments in Germany. And I'm happy to show you the latest addition to the Maschine lineup. This is the Maschine Studio. So some of you might be familiar with the Maschine concept. Maschine is like a very advanced drum computer on steroids, that's what we call it. So it's like a groove production tool if you do beats or electronic music. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already familiar with the concept. So I wanted to talk about the difference between Maschine Studio and the other versions. So the other versions, the standard Maschine MK2, it's still produced and still available. It's 579 euros, and there's a Maschine Micro with less controllers. This smallest model, which is around like 333 euros, and this is the top of the line product, Maschine Studio. And the main feature which grab your attention is the two color screens, very nice color screens, which can be read very easily and which are very neat if you browse through your library. There's also new software version available. It's version 2.0, which came out at the end of last year, and there's quite a few changes in the software version, which goes perfectly with Maschine Studio. So I have a new browser where you have like your visuals. You see your library. If you have a complete 9 installed, you can see here that you have little thumbnails for the library you have installed. So this is much more easier. And the other most important thing which really enhances your workflow is that there's no like hidden shift functions. On the old and smaller machines, you have the shift button, and you have a lot of functions like undo on the drum pads. But now we have a dedicated edit section on the right where you see like the jog wheel, and it's much faster for browsing sounds and loading sounds, and also for editing. You have a whole new way of visual editing. You see the samples, they are in color. It's much more easier to edit. And one main feature of the 2.0 software is that you have unlimited groups. So in the older Maschine versions, you were limited to 8 groups. So you had to stick a lot of like different sounds in one group, and you don't have to do this anymore. Yeah, that's briefly the main features. And the other thing which is very important is the new mixer, because on the old Maschine software you sometimes got lost concerning your levels, because you don't see the levels. And here you see the new mixer, and you have a virtual meters, and it's much more easier to keep track about your levels and do your mixing inside of Maschine. And also on the upper right side you see a new knob with 4 switches where you can switch from the master to group to sound to cue. That means you also have a channel for pre-listening. If you play live and you want to load something and you want to listen to it first, you have a cue channel to listen. There's more connectivity on the back side. There's 3 MIDI ports if you use external gear, and overall it's a much more improved workflow. And for me, even it's called Maschine Studio, it's great for on stage because of the displays. You can perform with the laptop without looking at the laptop. So this is like the main things. There's a lot of enhancement under the hood with the arrangement. It's much more better. And also there's a new library coming with it. There's 2 GB of new material. There's a few new plugins. The coolest new plugins are the drum plugins, which is a mix of like sampling and model drum sounds, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's a brief like 3.5 minute overview of what's new with Maschine.